Okay, I'm not going to pull cards. I'm going to speak. I don't know yet if I'm going to post this. The first person, that guy, I don't want to give his name, Anthony. I have to give him his last name. I did Reiki with, and he was the first person that I worked with when I really started opening myself up to healing. And he is, to this day, one of the few men that I've ever been around that spoke his truth, was vulnerable, actually, I wasn't planning on speaking on this, but that took it upon himself to, the work he's doing is insane, like the amount of people that he works with, but also like truly wants to work with men and help men to feel safe and to be in his masculine, to help women feel safe. Because the world that we live in weakens everyone, men, all of us. And what's came to me today is that it continues to be very hard, because it's the moment, it's like that energy always wants you to give up. It wants you to quit. It wants you to give in. It wants you to seek validation. It wants you to be of the world. And it's always that voice in your ear that's giving you that sense of security. You do get that with codependency. You do get that with following the ego, following the path of the Most High, and following your heart is insanely hard. And yet, God has given me a sense of safety and a sense of strength and courage and confidence that the world never gave me, that I didn't get from any relationships. And I think it's time for us to all start speaking on the things that are really going on underneath. And for men, to start speaking to the fact that maybe you're lost. Maybe you need guidance on how to step up to be the man that you need to be. Maybe it's not just looking to a woman or just reading philosophy. It's not my place to tell anyone how to be, but I feel like the world in such a big way has lost our way, and most people don't want to change. And that's up to us individually when it's the right time. But the biggest thing for me as a woman who has been through the things I've been through is this need for safety. And it's something that's it's imperative. I have to have that with the man that I'm with. I need a man who can hold a safe container for the feminine that I worked really hard for, and that God continues to ask me to be in that space. And it's a very sensitive and vulnerable place, and that asks a lot of a man. A woman can't be in her feminine if she doesn't feel safe. We're not supposed to be copying each other, or we're not supposed to be copying each other. We're supposed to be seeking within and finding who we are individually. It's not about matching energy. it's not an easy path with the Most High, because there's a lot of feeling lost. There's a lot of things falling apart. There's a lot of walking away from people. There's a lot of, like, I realized that about all of the jobs that I've had before, is it's like, that's not what God wanted. Like, it was needed, and you learn through everything that you go through, but the vision that, and the understanding of the world on a deeper level, like, that's something that God has given me. Like, and I don't see that as just ironic. I see that as like, that's there for a reason, and then I need to follow that and use that and trust that above everything that the world is trying to pursue me into, sway me into. We need more men who put action behind their words, and that takes the most courage. And it's what the world needs. I was going to say inspiring, but it's something bigger than inspiring, because it's something rare and it's profound, and it's what this world desperately needs. So that takes a man who's willing to be revolutionary and do something that he probably hasn't seen before, or that he's going to have to seek out to find, because I don't know how many elders there are here now, and there's not all of these blueprints and guidelines. So it takes an incredible amount of strength, but it takes an incredible amount of strength to be a masculine, to step up and embody the divine masculine, and to be a leader in a household. It's incredible responsibility. So I don't have answers. I don't know what's next for me. I don't know why so many things have felt like moving through mud, or why it's felt like there's been so many blocks on different things in my life. But I know that I have to keep pressing forward and not give up, and I'm not going to give up on my child. And I know that we deserve respect and kindness and compassion, and I deserve to be able to make a consistent income and things that I haven't been able to do thus far. And I think that more women also need to step up and feel safe enough to embody our divine feminine. And for whatever ways that God or the universe, or if there are other men who have helped me to embody that, thank you. And thank you to anyone who comes on and like listens to me ramble. And I truly want to be bringing quality, and that's why it is hard to keep showing up, because it's hard not to question yourself. It's hard not to go into self-criticism mode. It's hard to follow the path with God. It's hard. And you get mocked, and people copy you and try to block you, and all this other craziness that you just start to see more and more that you would rather stay true to yourself than true to a world that's in confusion. I'll end this to say that your blueprint is inside of you. It's linked up with God and the Most High and your higher self. There's not anybody outside of you that you can just follow and copy, or that's going to give you everything that you need to know. And that's what I wanted to also speak on with this, is to say that you have to seek God. You have to go to Him. Don't just follow me or listen to what I have to say, or even, if you want to make jabs at me or whatever, I can't tell you to not do that either, but getting mad at others isn't going to help. It's just going to keep that resentment cycling. And if you want to find your authenticity, your strength, your confidence, go to God. He's going to show you, and he's going to show you that you're beautiful and perfect and precious just as you are. And he's going to have to keep reminding you, because we're human and we're insecure sometimes. All right, y'all.